past few days. And before I get into that, let's get to the office first. The weather in Chicago has been absolutely phenomenal the last couple of days. Plus, I think it's St. Patrick's Day today, so they're going to be dyeing the river green. So that's going to be a sight. Damn, we got some packages in here. Alright, so the past few days we've been dealing with what is quite common when you're relying on platforms like TikTok, Amazon, or Etsy, Walmart, any of these online selling platforms, and that is account violations and account bans. Now, you have to understand that there are thousands of sellers on these platforms, and a lot of the times they're using algorithms to determine whether your documentation is correct. All those kind of verifications are done using AI, and like everything, AI can also go wrong. So the past few days we've been dealing with our TikTok shop account getting suspended, our Amazon not getting approved, which is funny because we already have TikTok shop accounts that are approved and Amazon that's working, but it is just the game. When you're dealing with a platform, you can submit documents, it might not like something, it might flag it. So it is your job then to figure out exactly why it was flagged. So TikTok shop, we got that resolved, and that is approved now again. Amazon is still being worked on, but Amazon is going to be the second phase of the launch after we get the ball rolling on TikTok. So that is not that urgent, but things can go wrong. For example, TikTok can take down your listing, or Amazon can take down your listing, and then good luck getting that back up. You're losing tens or if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a month just because your listing is down. And so that's why it's so important to diversify your traffic and use each channel as a positive feedback loop that feeds into another channel instead of just relying on one channel for sale. Hey, I'm gonna dominate this one channel. Content-wise, I just dropped a deep dive on a brand that's doing $2.64 million a month, and I'm gonna be doing way more deep dives, kind of breaking down what the exact playbook a lot of these TikTok brands use, playbook that we're using for our brand launch, and that is gonna be more of a value-packed video. So if you guys enjoy that kind of content, make sure to let me know, and I'll be doing way more of those in the future as well, because I just love nerding out about this stuff, breaking it down, and figuring out exactly where there are gaps for improvement. In terms of training, I think this season is about to start. The weather's getting way better. So in preparation for that, I finally got my bike fit, and I'm going to tell you, it is the best investment you can make in terms of comfort, power output. So if you ride bikes, if you're training for an Ironman, if you're training for any triathlon, make sure you get a bike fit, make sure you get the investment in, because your body will thank you, and plus your power output will thank you. All right, back to work now. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so we just did about 2 hours of work. I'm gonna be hitting a quick bench session now. These days I've been getting very intentional with how I take my rests. That's because when you're doing work, that's mostly mental load, and then when you start swiping, that's also mentally stimulating your mind, and your mind isn't getting the rest it needs. So doing something physical that doesn't require a lot of thinking, like a simple warm up, doing some movement, mobility stuff is awesome to kind of reset. So I'm gonna be doing a quick bench just because I feel like it today, and then we're gonna get back to work.
For it, I was made for it. Working before I was paid for it. Ain't no finish line, I'm trying to race to it. I'ma run this shit after the tape torn. Can't be easing up, I keep the speed. I need that paper busting out the ring. I don't just love a nigga, I'm a fiend. That's why I'm never running out of steam. And yeah, I'm the pastor, but I'm a heathen. I gotta get it beat. Some bereavement, we ain't just in the league, we the legion. Pushing it till we see every region. Play with the flow, middle of the clip at the head of the note.
Bench sesh done. Back to work now.
On the way to get a plate, I had to elevate and clear the slate before I could ever make them up the rate. It was some different routes I had to take. I'm at a different height and they can feel it. Been cruising at 30K, the view was great. I'm trying to take this shit up through the ceiling. No limit on anything I never take.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the vlog. So this is a bit of a new setup, looking pretty good in this camera. I decided to pick up my big ass DSLR, so always upping the quality. I'm not gonna be taking this out in public yet because I still feel a little bit shy carrying this big ass camera, holding it like this. But you know, we could start off small in the crib and then take it from there. But before I give you guys some updates on the brand, let's get our day started by making our bed. I usually do one non-negotiable, which is like I make my bed. It's just, you can get successful without making a bed, but if you start your day off organized with a win, you feel a lot better to do the rest of the challenges in the day. So big things coming up this weekend. I have a race, plus I'm in the process of buying my dream car. So lots going on, and I'll tell you guys more about it, but first let's get the bed made. All right, so now that we got our bed made, not a bad job if I'm being honest. But the second thing I planned today was I need to get a haircut. My hair's been absolutely crazy these days. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll sit down and I'll give you guys a debrief of what's going on this weekend, what race I have coming up, and what's been going on with the brand in general, plus about the new car that I'm getting. So stay tuned, be right back. And we are back. I got the hair done, got the beard, looking clean. So before I get into exactly what's going on in the brand, today's agenda is going to the office, getting some work done, and then I have to go pick up my packet for race day after tomorrow on Sunday. So that's going to be in Grant Park, which is like the central park in Chicago. So I got to pick that up and I'll take you guys with me. But yeah, let me find a place to sit and I can go deeper into exactly what's been going on with the brand, what this deal with the new car is, and how prep for race day is going, how I'm feeling about that. So let's get to the office. I'll sit down and I'll give you guys an update over there. See ya. So update time. What's been going on with the brand? What is the situation with the car? Now let's get started with the brand, the main thing at hand. And right now it's a bit of a limbo phase. So order has been submitted. It is currently in manufacturing. The label has been finalized. So there was a few back and forths with the manufacturer about the label, making sure that the sample labels that we print out, they look good on the bottle, the text sizing is right, we have all the elements we need, the color comes out right. And so once the initial samples for the label was approved, now we've sent it in for manufacturing. So the entire 20,000 units are currently being produced. So my focus now is no longer the product because the product is being made. It is mostly the preliminary setup for when we have the product. So the way it's going to work with the manufacturer is that once we finalize the cost of the product, the final amount it takes to ship, we send in 30% upfront. So that basically secures the order. They start production, and then after production is done, it is currently the 22nd, and production is going to finish on the 27th, I believe, is the estimated date. After that, I would need to get an inspection, and once the inspection is approved, I'll be sent a small batch of units to test myself, and if everything looks good, then I'll be clearing the remaining amount of the payment, which is 70%, after which it's going to be shipped. And so setting up the 3PL, which is already done, so that's not the issue. The second thing is setting up Amazon, because we want to ship at least half of our inventory to Amazon. Even though we're not planning on immediately launching with Amazon, we want to build up some momentum on TikTok Shop first, and Amazon is going to come into play right after. We want to make sure that we have inventory in the Amazon FBA and that the inventory just gets sent directly to Amazon instead of the 3PL and then Amazon. So that would just complicate things. So that is what I've been dealing with, and essentially I still haven't had the Amazon account approved, which is crazy judging by the fact that we have other products on Amazon right now, but this one in particular, it just isn't able to verify my identity. So there's some back and forth going on by email with Amazon support, and Amazon is so big that it's hard to sometimes get support, especially for a newer account, because you don't get assigned a rep until later on when you've done volume. And since this is a newer account, you have to go through the regular channel. So I've been trying to figure that out, and we're on a bit of a timeline because I want to make sure that the Amazon account is sorted before shipment so that we can ship directly to Amazon and not have to ship it to the 3PL and then cover the cost of shipping such a large amount of inventory to Amazon again. So those are the major updates. Once the manufacturing is done, then the next phase is going to be just recruiting creators, making sure that they are briefed on exactly what the product is, how we're going to advertise it, making sure that they have their accounts set up because they need to use TikTok Shop specific accounts to promote the product, making sure that they're in our Discord community so that we can build up hype, get them excited, get them ready to print some money. And that is going to be the phase after the product logistics is done, which is the phase that I'm in right now. Product is essentially the hardest part because once you have the product ready, now we can start focusing on the stuff that doesn't change. For example, listing images, getting renders made, because I had to remake the renders 3 or 4 times because our label kept changing. There was something that was always off. But now once we've committed, we can close that loop for now and focus on the next steps, which is getting the renders made for the listings, getting the enhanced brand content, which is the branded content in the Amazon descriptions, making sure that we're constantly reaching out to creators because now we can share a picture of what the product's going to look like, and that is convincing because it gets them excited when something is ready. It gets them excited, it gets them pumped, and you want that energy, especially when you're launching, so you can kind of ride that momentum. So that's kind of the stage that I'm in right now with the brand. Now, going to the car thing. This wasn't an impulse purchase. It was something that I've been wanting for about a year now, but just kind of keeping cash flow in mind. I didn't want to go out and buy a car because I have zero use for a car. I live in downtown. However, the last year has been pretty good. So I decided to splurge and kind of reward myself for the Q4 that happened last year and go ahead and get my dream car. Now, I was going to initially finance it, which is smart, especially when you're in a position like us where you're launching a new brand and you want to keep the cash flow going. You don't want to spend a large chunk of money on a depreciating asset, but I'm gonna be honest, we did apply for financing, we got it, but the only thing was that the specific credit union that I got it with wouldn't finance private deals, and the car that I'm getting is a private seller. So I didn't want to waste more time applying for another one. So what I did was I just decided to buy it in cash because it's not going to affect the cash flow that much. Plus, I just didn't want to deal with the hassle of paperwork and then pay interest on a depreciating asset, which just didn't seem like the smart move, especially because I had the cash to buy it up front. So I'm going to be picking up the car on Monday. I'm not yet going to reveal what the car is, so you guys can check it out for yourself, but it is a sick car and I'm super excited to show it to you guys. So those are the major updates. I have a race tomorrow, which is the Shamrock Shuffle 8K, and I'm going to be doing one last kind of shakeout run right before the race. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll see you guys right after. I think we're Corral C. Our pickup is gonna be right here. Hello, how's it going? How are you? Do you guys need to see something?
Yeah, QR code.
QR code? Is it in the virtual bag? Yeah, my name is Basil, B-A-S-I-L. Last name is Khan, K-H-A-N.
There you go.
Awesome, thank you. Secure, dang. They just gave me a bib, that's it. That's it. Damn. Okay, I gotta pick up my t-shirt though. We'll see. I'll take some. Thank you. Going.
Can I get the QR code from your phone?
They had to look up my name. I couldn't find it, so.
You have a good day.
Thank
Sorry
you.
about that.
No worries. Thank you. Have a good one. All right, bag secure, gang. I don't have to do it last minute when everyone else is doing it on a weekend. So, thank you. Have a good one. All right, so now that I've picked up the Shamrock Shuffle athlete package, I'm gonna grab a quick smoothie. And there's this place in Chicago that I usually go to. It has the best smoothies and acai bowls. So we're gonna go there, grab a smoothie, and then we're gonna go back to the office. How's it going? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Can I do a banana peanut butter smoothie?
Yeah, the peanut butter chocolate?
Yes, that's the one.
Alright.
Does it have bananas in it?
Yeah, it's got like 2 scoops of roast bananas.
Okay, yeah, sweet, I'll do that.
Cool, just that?
Just that, please.
And what's the name?
Basil, B-A-S-I-L.
Basio?
Basil, L.
Wait, B-A-S-I-L? You
Yeah.
said? Oh, I think you said O. Okay.
Yeah, it's spelled basil, but pronounced basil.
Basio. Okay, cool. You can go ahead whenever you're ready.
Bro, it's so windy, I can barely even move. But Chicago weather for you. All right, bag secured with a smoothie. Never thought I'd pay $15 for a smoothie over and over again, but these are really good. So once in a while, I'll splurge. But now back to the office, got to get back to work and give you guys some updates. Good morning, everyone. It is currently 6:41 a.m. Today is race day, so making some last minute preparations before my race starts. I am looking at this beautiful sunrise right now. I don't know if y'all can see it, but that is so nice. So, and I got my bib and my racing belt and my nutrition ready. It's only an 8K, so nutrition isn't crazy. I'm just gonna take one gel right now, take some breakfast, and we should be good to go. I'm looking forward to this race. I haven't ran a race since my Ironman 7.3, so I'm quite excited. So we'll see what happens today. I'm looking forward to performing, and I'll give you guys a status update after the race. Alright, so quick debrief after the 8K race. I ended up doing a PR. It was only 10 seconds or so since last year, but given the fact that I've rarely trained running, it's mostly rowing as cardio because of my injured knee, I still did pretty well. It was also Ramadan, so just keeping that in mind that I was fasting for the whole month pretty much with lower energy stores. I think it was a good performance overall. So that was kind of the update for the race. Definitely getting back into running now. I've been doing a lot more VO2 max sessions. I'm also going to start going to the track as the weather gets better in Chicago. So that's definitely going to obviously help me improve my running performance as we get into more of the running heavy season, which is going to start after Hyrox Pro in the end of May. So lots of progress there being made. As for the brand, it's been a bit of a slower period for the brand because manufacturing is almost done. I'm waiting on the final samples, and once I approve that, they're going to manufacture the entire 20,000 units, and then it's going to be just waiting for shipping. And in that preliminary waiting period, we're going to be mostly onboarding affiliates, preparing affiliate materials such as creator briefs for creators to use in their videos. So all the kind of resources to train creators is going to be prepared once the shipping is done, because right now the focus is just making sure that we put out any fires for the product itself, make sure there's no mistakes being made during development, because it is 20,000 units. And you want to make sure that you don't mess up 20,000 units worth of inventory, because that's very expensive. Amazon is pretty much good to go. It was a bitch and a half getting Amazon approved on the second account, but I got it done. I'll be dropping a video on exactly how to work around platform restrictions. Obviously, that doesn't mean like you're bypassing any restrictions. It just means understanding what the platform wants from you, providing extra information where you need to, setting up your LLC, your entity, your business in a way that the platforms like. For example, one thing I learned is that this newer brand is a subsidiary of a bigger company, and that makes things a lot harder for Amazon, where you have to give them individual information. So I did figure out a workaround around that, but just for future reference, I will be dropping a video on how to do that so you don't run into these problems in the first place. Also, big day today because I will be picking up the car now. Just waiting for my Uber to get there to the bank, write the person a check for the car, and just pick it up. So it's going to be pretty self-explanatory. I was going to kind of document that part too, but there's not much to it. So I guess I'll see you guys when I get the car, give you guys a nice tour, and see what I ended up getting. See you right after. So I'm in this random spot outside Chicago, and I have the car that I bought right behind me. And so I quickly wanted to kind of close the chapter on that episode and show you guys the purchase I made, walk you through the car that I bought and why I like it so much. So a quick review from a e-commerce channel, but as we're documenting the life, might as well. So yeah, as you can see, it is a nice red C8. I've loved this car. I've driven it multiple times and I really enjoy driving it every time. It seemed fast enough. It seems very aggressive, but at the same time, it seems like it has all the creature comforts that you could need in a quote unquote practical car. But it's awesome to be able to own one of these now. And I've been driving around Chicago. It's a great reset. I'll go by Lakeshore Drive, which is the main road by the lake. So it's a very nice scenic road. It was raining today, as you can see on the car, but the car was kind of dirty and muddy, so it kind of cleaned it up for me a little bit. So here's the montage. Alright, hope you guys like the montage. I'm pretty stoked with the car. Really enjoyed driving it, and hopefully it just makes you more motivated, more productive. Even though I live in downtown Chicago, I have zero need for a car, but I just wanted to see how it makes me feel to own one. And if I don't like it, probably gonna get rid of it. But if I enjoy it, I'll just keep it around. So super stoked to have a sweet car like this, and I will be sure to enjoy that when I can, when it doesn't disrupt work. So plus it's also great if you're recording content, because those car seat TikToks work really well if you're selling supplements. It's just like very casual, very non-high production. So definitely gonna be seeing more content for the YouTube and for TikTok for the brands in the car. So gotta make the most out of it if we have it, you know what I mean? All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys on the next vlog. There's gonna be a lot more value-packed stuff. This is more the lifestyle stuff, and I've been kind of experimenting with both angles and both styles, but I'm gonna be dropping some sauce in the next video. I actually have it scripted, so be sure to stay tuned, and see you guys in the next one.